Okay, y'all, so excuse the mess, but today is gonna be more so a vlog style of what I'm cooking for dinner and what I'm trying to get ready all in like an hour's time. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we are gonna do our darndest. Thank you guys so much for all the support and the ones who have been watching the videos. I am just starting up, so I appreciate your patience with me. I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel and stick around for more videos. Got some hard-boiled eggs going. I'm gonna make those for breakfast tomorrow. I just wanna have them ready. And then I've got some pasta getting ready to boil here. I had it in a smaller pan, but all the noodles didn't fit, so I transferred it to a big pan, and we'll see how it goes. It's empty right now. I'm gonna turn on the stove, and I'm going to get ready to start cooking the turkey meat that I'm gonna be putting in the lasagna. Right there is the container that I'm planning to make the lasagna in. I usually reuse these, but just in case I'm feeling extra lazy tonight, may throw it away, who knows. There's some cheese there. And we're gonna get started. I'm gonna see how this goes. Okay, so basically everything is ready to go as far as us making the meat here. So I'm gonna just throw the turkey right on it, and there it goes. Had this defrosting in the fridge last night, and it is actually ground turkey. So I really like this when I'm making lasagna. Starting to worry this may not be a lot of meat, but that's okay, I guess. In a way, we're trying to cut back on meat anyway, so it's a blessing in disguise. I'm going to just sprinkle some sazon into this, and also my traditional Puerto Rican flair on it. So I'm going to be using a little bit of sofrito. So I'm going to throw a nice couple spoonsful of sofrito. That might have been a lot of sofrito, but hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit so that we can get it going and get this cooking. I think my noodles are actually almost done, so I might turn those off in a minute. So we're gonna cook this until it's browned, and then we'll start, and then we'll start the assembly line. I'm gonna go ahead and season this with some Badia garlic salt that has a little bit of parsley in it. Some Goya adobo, of course. This is a light version. Just a little sprinkle. We don't want it to be too salty. And lastly, some onion salt from McCormick. Throw the rest of the sazon packet in there, might as well. So that's cooking up quite fast, but I'm gonna turn you over and show you what everything else is looking like. Those are the eggs. I think I'm gonna turn them off soon. The pasta is looking pretty much done too, so I'm gonna turn that off. Got my pasta strainer here. I'm gonna set it down, and then I'm going to get the pasta. Here it goes. Those are the noodles right there. It's a mixture of oven-ready noodles and regular pasta noodles. I'm gonna go ahead and turn you guys over so you can see me start to assemble the lasagna. Put a little bit of sauce in the bottom, make sure it doesn't stick. Got a nice layer of moisture here. Alright, another layer of sauce. We're going to alternate between the olive oil, basil, and garlic and the 5 cheese, so we have a variety of flavor here. And we're working with not as much meat, so we're going to spread it out quite a bit. Just because we want this to last throughout the layers. It's going to be a nice little surprise. It's not going to be overabundant, you know. Just enough, but not too much. And then, of course, you got to go in with the cheese. And we can be fairly generous with this because we've got backup if we need it. That's the first layer. Along with a little bit of sauce on on top just so that we have good amount of cohesion. So it's noodle time. And just be careful, these noodles are hot, so keep that in mind. Lasagna is done. I'm getting ready to stick it in the oven now. Let me take you back. So what I'm going to do next is pretty self-explanatory, but I figure I'd talk you through my thought process for this. So if you haven't seen in the last couple weeks grocery hauls, I did buy a salad spinner a couple of weeks ago. And what I'm doing now is I am cutting up a head of romaine lettuce. I wanted to pair a salad with the lasagna, so I figured it would be a great use for this romaine that I had lying around in the fridge. I basically just cut it up into little pieces and throw it in the salad spinner because I am gonna wash it once it's cut. So you can see me pulling it away, and now it's full of water. So you actually want to wash and kind of purify things, I guess you could say. So I'm using this distilled white wine vinegar from Walmart. I had only a little bit left, so I just poured the remainder, popped the lid on, and I'm letting it soak for a few minutes. I also wanted to make some garlic bread, so I did buy this beautiful loaf of bread, and I didn't want to use the whole thing in one serving. I wanted to make sure this bread lasted for a few days, so I just cut half of that bread and I spread half of a stick of butter on it. And let me tell you, in retrospect, I would have probably heated up the microwave. I probably would have heated up the butter in the microwave just a touch, because the butter, though I had it sitting out for about 30 to 45 minutes, was quite hard to spread. And you see it in the clip, it looks super easy, but it took me a while to get it to that texture. So I put a little bit more of that garlic salt from the Badia brand, and then I make like a makeshift container for the bread out of aluminum foil. You'll see me here just folding it up. Again, just a little makeshift kind of square pan for it. I was not in the mood for dishes that day, and even still I had quite a bit of dishes, so I'm just testing it there to see if it will hold up and not break. So since I saw it was sturdy enough, I popped it in the oven for about 10 or so minutes, and I decided last minute I wanted to add a jalapeno to the salad, so I popped it in there a few minutes before I went ahead and spun it, as you can see. And next I'm just moving on to cracking those eggs for meal prep. This is a pretty good method. You just boil them thoroughly and you drain them after letting them cool for a bit. And as you can see, I just smash it against the cutting board, roll it a little bit, and the skin practically peels off. So you'll just watch me here peeling a few of those eggs. And I do apologize for Canela's barking in the background. She just gets really excited when she hears people outside and just can't seem to control herself. So anywho, There she goes again. So I ended up putting them all in the same container at the end of the day, but I thought I was going to divide it that day. And then cleanup is very simple, so since I put the paper towel down, I could just throw things away. So the salad had already been sitting there and kind of just being washed after a while, so I drained the water that you saw there, and now I'm just spinning it dry ever so slightly. So since I already cut it up, what's left to do is just put it in that bowl and develop the dressing. So again, there's a little jalapeno. And just picking up a few stray pieces that kind of fell to the wayside. So I just cut it up initially into small little rings, and then I ended up cutting them into smaller pieces. You can leave them as rings or cut them up into small pieces like I did here. And I wanted to just dress this salad very simply, so I got a little bit of a lime, cut it, and squirted that on there with a little bit of salt, and it was good to go. And just so you know, I am using pink Himalayan salt like I always do. I think it just adds a very nice flavor, and I find it to be a little bit more healthy than regular iodized salt, but you can use whatever salt you have on hand. And it's a nice, simple, and fresh salad. So everything was pretty much done, and I was just working on pulling it out of the oven and getting it ready to serve. I did this last portion of the video in a voiceover fashion because by that time Canela was kind of just out of control with her barking, and my husband had already come home, so figured it'd be easier to just film and then do the voiceover. So hopefully you're okay with that style of video. Again, I really hope you did enjoy this meal. There's a shot of the lasagna after I cut it up. It turned out delicious. There are the plates. They were so yummy. I think lasagna, though it is a bit of work in the front end, is a very good meal. Had leftovers for a couple days. My husband shared some food with his coworkers and they loved it. So overall, I will say I am pretty pleased. I hope you did enjoy this video and that you will consider subscribing. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you want to see. Thank you guys so much and take care. Bye.